Hello again. It's me, Megan. For those who did not see my last video, I am 34 years old. I have a husband, 2 beautiful children, and I am completely bipolar. And today I was going to talk about my medications I'm on. Last time I was just more kind of trying to let people know the differences of regular depression and bipolar, the symptoms of being bipolar, and all that good stuff. I look a little rough today. It's been a bad day, like there's many of. Extremely irritated today, like so bad. And yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, share the times when I get irritated. I've managed to somewhat calm myself down, and now I want to stay focused on what I'm trying to do here. So, after being misdiagnosed of having depression, not bipolar, for 10 years, they tried me on different depression medicines, and it always had the reverse effect that it should. It made me more depressed. It made me not want to live anymore. I don't really like to say it makes me want to kill myself, because there's not really ever feelings of me wanting to kill myself or hurt myself, but there are most definitely feelings of not wanting to be alive anymore. Just like it wouldn't sound so bad to be taken out by like a truck on the highway. I know that sounds horrible, but I couldn't ever imagine hurting myself or killing myself. But there's so many days I just wish I was not alive. Wish I didn't have to deal with it anymore. The struggles, and helping me deal with these struggles is medication. I saw a video earlier. A woman was saying she was not bipolar. She was dating a person that had the disorder and was not medicated. And she flat out said, if someone is bipolar and not being medicated, that most likely they are drunks or drug addicts. And in a way, it kind of pissed me off that she would say that there's no way possible that anyone lives with bipolar without self-medicating. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that don't know what's going on with them and are not on medication, and I'm sure they're not all drunks and drug addicts. So I don't know. I wanted to address that little part because I didn't like it. Regardless, that I do have to say, I was a drug addict. Well, I guess I still am. I don't like when people say I was a drug addict, because the addiction really never goes away. You just have to be strong enough to fight it. So, like I said, after 10 years being misdiagnosed and all this depression medicine, I did find a medication that worked a little bit for me, and that was Xanax. Not knowing how addictive Xanax are and how dangerous it is to go through the withdrawal of Xanax, I self-medicated myself for about 7 years, taking handfuls of Xanax, like 6, 7 at one time, like the blue footballs. If I had more, I would have taken more, all at the same time. I wanted so desperately to feel something different than what I was feeling. I was taking handfuls of pills, and when I didn't have the Xanax, then I couldn't sleep, and then I would start taking other stuff that was prescribed for other things, but had the side effect of sleepiness. So it gets pretty desperate when you cannot sleep, and you would take just about anything to make that feeling go away. So I strongly encourage people, do not self-medicate. I went down that road. To share an embarrassing part of that road, while I was self-medicating and I was taking Xanax, I was with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and we decided we wanted to go fishing. And like I said, we would take handfuls at a time. So both of us were on Xanax, probably took about 10 footballs, 10 blue footballs, 1 milligram. I took myself 10 Xanax, and he had taken a couple handfuls himself, but he had the rest of my pills in his pocket. And because I was addicted to the pills and I had my mental issues, he decided at one point he didn't want to give me my pills, and I wanted to take more of them, and he wouldn't give them to me. So I kind of jumped on him, trying to get my hand in his pocket, anything I could to get those pills out of his pocket. And in return, he just straight up punched me in the face, knocked me to the ground. I'm on the ground, just straight up got hit by a man. And I jump up like I do, and I proceed to fight him. And I'm swinging, and I'm landing punches. About that time, his brother-in-law and stepbrother come around the corner in their truck, and they grab a hold of me because all they see is me going crazy on him. They didn't see that he had just plowed me in the mouth and knocked me to the ground. All they see is me on him. So they get me in a truck, and they're holding me down in the back of this truck, and managed to wiggle loose, and I jumped out of the back of the truck, landed on my feet, and proceeded to try to walk home. I told them, I just want to walk home. I need to cool down. Let me walk home. And next thing I know, here they are, grabbing me again, holding me down in the back of the truck, and I look up at my boyfriend at the time. I look up at his brother-in-law, and I said, why are you letting them do this to me? I said, please let me go. I swear he hit me first. I just want to walk home. He let me go, and I thought I was just going to jump out of the truck and walk like I did the first time I jumped out of the truck. Well, I jumped out of the truck, and I landed on my face. I broke my jaw. If you notice, when I talk, my face is a little crooked down here. It's because I have a titanium plate in my jaw. He was so messed up on the pills. He saw my lifeless body on the road, covered in blood. And instead of taking me to the hospital, he put me into the truck, drove me to his house, and called his mom and asked her what he should do. That's how fucked up we both were on these pills. And of course, she told him to take me to the hospital. And I woke up in the hospital, and the first thing I could think of was, I want to get the fuck out of here, and I want to go take more pills. So that's just a little piece of how strong these pills can be if they're not prescribed to you and you're not taking them the right way. Not only is your bipolar going to act all crazy, you may act all crazy as well, like I did. And that was one of the scariest moments of my life. And even made it to where, my mom came and got me and told me she was going to take care of me, blah, blah, blah. She made it all up. And my children's father went and got emergency custody of my kids, and I was not able to see them for 2 full months. That was about 12 years ago. Well, about 10 or 11 years ago. But one of the most horrible times of my life. And all I was trying to do is find medicine that would help me. And unfortunately, I found medicine that made me feel extra good, and I didn't know how to take it the right way, and I did it all wrong. Ended up in jail over pills, and finally, when I got out, I was clean, and I remained clean off these pills. So, but now I'm going to talk about the medication that I am on, and I am currently on Xanax. I know that was my demon in the past, but I take them the right way, the way I'm supposed to, and they really help a lot. It's just not good to take a handful at a time. I spread them out throughout the day. So, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I take, it is called Triliptal, and I call it my weird pill because it makes me feel so freaking weird. First, I was on a small dose, and this pill makes you feel like your soul is trapped inside of a box, and on the outside you appear very calm and normal, But on the inside, I feel like I'm like just swinging and trying to get out. And so, yeah, I call that my weird pill because I've yet to feel normal when I take it. I feel like it definitely calms me down, but I don't want to be somebody that I'm not because of medication. And that's one of the first pills that made me feel like a different person. But if I don't take them, my family suffers, like big time, really big time. If I take the Triliptal, I'm like glazed over, kind of like a zombie walking around, but I'm calm and I'm not yelling. To me, it's worth it for them. They tell me they don't want me to take it because they know how it makes me feel. So that really freaking sucks. So in the morning I wake up, I take 150 milligrams of Triliptal, and then that lasts for 12 hours. So I take another 150 milligrams at bedtime. And also when I wake up, along with the Triliptal, I take 1 milligram Xanax, and that usually keeps me, for the most part, calm. But something as simple as a phone ringing at the wrong time can set my mood and just completely throw me off. And I don't know, just flat out fucking mean, I guess. So the morning I wake up, I take my Triliptal, I take Xanax. Throughout the day, I take 3 more Xanax. I try to separate them, like one as soon as I wake up, one around, like after breakfast, one around lunchtime, and then one for dinner. So kind of like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing with the Xanax. And then at nighttime, this was like the first pill that I found and really helped me a lot. It's called Rimron. I am on the highest dose of 45 milligrams. I think it comes in 15 milligram, 30 milligram, and then 45. First time I took Rimron, I slept so good. Usually, I don't know if it goes for everyone that has bipolar, but if you're bipolar and you're trying to go to sleep, you pretty much think about everything that's ever happened. It can just maybe be your entire day. You will think about every detail from the time you woke up until the moment you're laying down, and it doesn't stop going in circles. Usually for me, I will start thinking about one thing that leads to another thought, and that leads to another thought, and it always usually leads to something horrible. Just horrible memories, horrible thoughts, horrible fears. When you're bipolar and you're not medicated, you are stuck with all the thoughts that you wish so badly you could shut off, and you cannot shut them off. No matter how hard you try, you cannot shut them off unless you want to take a weird pill. And yeah, it's not always the best. But anyway, so Rimron was the first thing that really helped me to get a good night's sleep so I don't have to replay my whole life in my head before I fall asleep. Then it got to where Rimron wouldn't so much like keep me asleep. So then they added another pill, Seroquel. So at nighttime, I take my 45 milligram Rimron, 50 milligrams of Seroquel, and then in the morning, Triliptal, and throughout the day, my Xanax. So that includes my medicines that I take and I very much need. But I did want to share that I have misused medication in the past to try and get help for myself. There are so many doctors that don't want to listen. They want to slap a label of depression on you and give you all the wrong pills. And now I'm going through me being bipolar and going through trial and error of all these pills. And honestly, it's exhausting. I wish I could just find a medication that would not just work for me, but continue to work for me. A lot of times I'll find something that works, but then it only lasts, for about a month, and then I'm back at my psychiatrist telling her that I'm feeling the same way and exploding on my family. And yeah, just having a very hard time. So the medication can help. It can also make things worse. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, and be very vocal with your therapist and psychiatrist. If you're not seeing one yet and you are self-medicating, I highly recommend that you go and get some help. They may not give you the medicine that you think you should be on. A lot of people go and they want Xanax, they want Klonopins, and they want them right then. And if a doctor does not give it to them, they feel like the doctor's not listening. Xanax and Klonopin is not a cure or anything for bipolar. It helps some of the symptoms, and it doesn't even help like fully. There's so much other medication that helps a lot better. But if you suffer from extreme anxiety disorder like I do too, I do need the Xanax to help keep me calm. But I think that's all I have to say for today. My daughter told me that you're only supposed to post on YouTube once a week. I don't know how that's going to work for someone that's OCD and bipolar, because I want to get on here like every couple minutes and be like, oh, I thought of something else. So I'll try to keep it at a minimum. I will try to look better next time. It's a stressful day. I can't help it. I'm sorry. But hopefully this is the start of, I don't know, maybe like a little journal. I can just tell you guys what I've went through, what I am going through, what I did go through, everything. I'm just going to share it all, kind of use it like a journal. And I really hope that I can help people. Sorry my videos are not more entertaining. I guess I could get on my computer and have little pictures pop up and stuff, but honestly, it's what I'm saying I think is most important. So hopefully that's what you guys like. Well, until next time, my next topic that I plan on talking about is what it's like for someone that's bipolar to be alone, like what they go through when they are alone, how overwhelming guilt can affect someone that has bipolarism, and yeah, next video, it's probably going to be pretty good. At least I hope so. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. And at least now you guys know why I talk a little crooked. Because I have a plate in my chin. See you guys later. Please ask me some questions. I would love to answer questions for those people that maybe are living with someone that's bipolar and could use some help with how to deal with it. I sure wish that somebody would come and take my husband and my kids and talk to them about what I go through. So if you have questions about it, just ask me and I will answer. Bye.